Years of our diplomatic ties, we not only celebrate our past achievement, but also look into the future outlook with a renewed enthusiasm and commitment. This forum symbolizes the enduring partnership and shared aspirations between Nepal and European Union. As we gather in Kathmandu today, we are not merely commemorating a historic event, but also forging new pathways for deeper cooperation and greater prosperity for leveraging the untapped potential of our partnership. We look forward to deepening our ties through increased trade and investment, tourism, people to people relations, shared innovation, and for enduring friendship. Over the decades, our partnership with EU has evolved, adapting to the changing dynamics of the global economics and politics. As we celebrate these 50 years, we are also setting the stage for the next chapter of our economic partnership with the focus on sustainable development, green technologies, inclusive growth that align with our national priorities, the Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, our journey of friendship and partnership over the 5 decades has been transformative. It is more vital than ever and has been advancing further for the satisfaction of both sides. With the steadfast support of the European Union and its member states, Nepal has made significant strides in various sectors. We stand firm to welcome foreign investment from our friendly countries. We have taken significant strides, including legal reforms to create conducive investment climate and have simplified regulatory framework recently. Committed to reforming Nepal's economic landscape, the government of Nepal is effortful to enhancing the ease of doing business and attracting foreign direct investment. Such reforms and initiatives were designed to ensure that our legal framework are conducive to growth and compatible to sustainability objectives. It also aligns perfectly with the theme today as we unlock new opportunities in sectors like renewable energy, digital infrastructure, and sustainable tourism. Moreover, we have introduced policies that simplify the investment process, ensure openness for business, and foster a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship. We aim to create a robust economic landscape where international partnership can thrive and contribute to prosperity. We successfully organized the Investment Summit 2024 last month, and we are encouraged by the enthusiastic participation from over 50 countries. The summit showcased how eager the international business community is to bring their investment in Nepal. We look forward to engaging more with European Union member states in this endeavor. Distinguished participants, in recognition of sustainable development, our government has prioritized green economy initiatives that are both environmentally sustainable and economically viable. We are exploring renewable energy projects, sustainable agriculture practice, and green technology that align with our national interest and global environmental goal. Nepal has always expressed its commitment to the Paris Agreement and is actively integrating climate action into our national development plan and program. Nepal is committed to reach zero carbon scenario by 2045 despite resource and capacity gap and continued challenge posed by climate change despite a near zero contribution to it. Our geographical location offers unique advantage and opportunities in the economic sector. We are committed to leveraging this position to enhance our trade relation further and attract investment from around the world, including European Union. Our development experience show that EU's expertise, technology transfer, and investment have remained instrumental in modernizing our economy and enhancing our capabilities. We need to deepen our cooperation and explore new avenues where our joint effort can yield substantial benefits for both sides. I believe Nepal's graduation from LDC category by 2026 and achievement of sustainable development goal by 2030 can come to fruition only with the substantial amount of investment and required technology transfer from our foreign partner. We expect the continued support from EU in our path toward smooth, irreversible, and sustainable graduation. We are mindful that our path toward growth and prosperity is not free from challenges. To overcome these challenges, we are taking decisive steps. We are streamlining administrative procedure to enhance ease of doing business, investing heavily in infrastructure development to improve connectivity, and focusing on education and vocational training to creating jobs for our youths. The government of Nepal has recently started automatic route for application of foreign direct investment up to 500 million rupees. We have received and approved some application already through this automated route. We are also seeking to bolster our efforts through international partnerships that bring not only capital but also technological and managerial expertise to our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, in this business forum, I expect in-depth discussion on key sectors of economic transformation such as renewable energy, digital transformation, tourism, agro-farming, and infrastructure development, and identify actionable steps for further collaboration. I hope the discussion in this forum will culminate in solid commitment from our European partners in the form of investment, joint venture, and technology transfer agreement. We wish to see the continuation of ongoing dialogue and cooperation that will help sustainable and growth our economic ties. As the forum reflects on its theme, I believe the insight gained and the relationship forged here set the stage for a new era of partnership, which will unleash the vast opportunities that lie ahead. I once again thank the host of this event, the delegation of the EU to Nepal, for this commitment toward Nepal's growth and development. I wish the forum all the success and wish very fruitful and pleasant stay.
Happy I am and proud and honored to be here in Nepal today for the opening of this second Business EU Nepal Business Forum. It's my first visit to Nepal, and I really appreciate and enjoy being with you this morning. And I wish to really wish all success to this event. As was already mentioned, Nepal holds immense promise for investment, but we also know it needs some reforms to be able to deliver this full potential, and this is why this business forum is so important for us. We have seen many investments already. We are celebrating the 50 years of diplomatic relations between Nepal and the European Union, and we see this business forum as one stone in the path towards more concrete successes. This is one step in the global offer the European Union is making to Nepal as its very important partner to support the progress and develop investments in the country. This is one step in the implementation of the Global Gateway Strategy, which is the European Union strategy for sustainable investments in the fields of joint interest, which are at the core of this business forum. This forum will address the key opportunities for increased private sector relationship in the fields of crucial development, which are addressing global challenges, such as the fight against climate change, and this is where our joint endeavor in renewable energy in particular is so important. The transition, the dual transition and the digital transition, the huge potential Nepal is presenting in terms of development of sustainable value chains, in particular in the agriculture field, the potential that exists in tourism, and many more other fields that you will all have the opportunity to discuss in more detail in the next 2 days. So Global Gateway is the European Union strategy that helps supporting investment in all those fields. And Global Gateway is the offer of the European Union as a whole, what we call Team Europe. And this is why I'm so happy to be able to share the stage with representatives of, I think, 7 member states. And thank you all ambassadors for your presence today. Mrs. Turaya Chiki, who traveled from Luxembourg to represent the European Investment Bank as the financial arm of the European Union. We also have representatives of national development banks from the European Union, and more than anything, we have representatives from the European private sector. I understand that 50 companies are represented here, and these are really the Team Europe as such, all representatives from the European Union institutions, our member states, the financial sector. We come together to make a global offer in the framework of Global Gateway and to make sure that we can support investments with all the toolbox we have at our disposal. So the European Union and Nepal have very long-standing relationship. Over the last only 3 years, we have been able to put forward some 300 million in grants, in particular in support of our Global Gateway priorities in the field of energy and education. But we want to do much more, and we want to be able to mobilize all the type of instruments that are available to support investments where they're needed. And this is why we are supporting, we have grants, but we also have blended finance. We work with loans, and the European Investment Bank here is already collaborating with a representative of the government and private sector in several fields, in particular renewable. We also have a new tool through budgetary guarantees, which we call the European Fund for Sustainable Development Plus. And all those tools are put at the disposal of our partner country, together with the Nepalese authorities, to be able to define a pipeline of investment that would be transformative. And I'm very happy that I will on Friday have the opportunity to inaugurate the Chilimi transmission line, which is a very important project to support distribution of electricity. And I would like to praise the government for the immense effort that has been done in improving access to electricity over the last years. And this is part of the small contribution the European Union can make. We have several other projects in the pipeline, and basically we are here to identify, to continue supporting with the projects we have identified, but also we would very much rely on you and in the contacts you're going to have, in particular in the matchmaking sessions and in the business-to-business, in the business-to-government discussions, to make use of all the opportunities those 2 days give you to be able to identify other projects, other transformative projects where the European Union can help. And once we have identified the projects, then we can see what are the best tools and who is best placed to support them. We already have ongoing activities jointly supported with Finland, with Germany, with the World Bank, with the Asian Development Bank. And the objective is to continue on that path and to make the Global Gateway offer a reality. Just a few words on what makes Global Gateway crucial for us. It's the value-based approach that it is taking. We are very like-minded partners with Nepal. We share the same objective for multilateralism and transparency. And the Global Gateway offer is based on a fully transparent and sustainable path, respecting the highest standards in terms of environment, social, and governance. And this is one important feature I wanted to draw to your attention. With no more, not making you losing more time, I'm just looking for my words. I just want to wish you a very successful and fruitful exchanges and business forum. And I really sincerely hope that we can move from this second edition to a third or a fourth one in the years to come, but looking back and having seen concrete deliverables from those fora. So I think now the ball is in your court, and I hope you will be able to come back to us with a lot of proposals for additional to reinforce the economic and partnership ties between the European Union and Nepal. And this business forum, to which we have some 50 European companies participating, is a sheer occasion to have business to business and business to government contacts with the objective of having more investments, foreign direct investments from the European Union, but also to strengthen the local Nepalese private sector. And this is the objective of the European Union through its Global Gateway strategy. This Global Gateway is the strategy towards sustainable development and sustainable connectivity between the European Union and its partner, and we are focusing on working in partnership with the governments and the local private sector to support creation of jobs and growth, in particular in the fields of crucial interest to face global challenges. So in the fight against climate change and in the development of renewable energy and sustainable energy, and this is one key field of cooperation between the European Union and Nepal, in the field of the digital transition, in the field of sustainable agri-value chains. I had the pleasure yesterday to visit a pashmina factory which has been supported by the European Union, and which with the objective of making the whole value chain more sustainable and to support the companies and from the farmers to the industrials to export to the European Union and abroad to Australia. We want to really to support the local private sector. We also work a lot on human capital development, which is at the base of a growing economy. So we have a lot of investment with our member states on education and skills. We also very much work in the field of sustainable creation of jobs, basically in all sectors. So this is the first reason of my presence, and then Global Gateway aims of having big transformative projects which make a difference for the local population in our partner countries. We work through supporting hard infrastructure, but also soft infrastructure like TVET or education and skills. And I will have the pleasure on Friday to go to Chileme for the inauguration of the transmission line. It's a 28 kilometers transmission line that will support access to electricity and better use of electricity from sustainable origin, also for the rural communities around the transmission line. So this is for us the type of Global Gateway flagship projects we want to value. So these are the two arms of my visit, and I'm very happy to be accompanied by our global director from the European Investment Bank, because we work together to support investments with the public and private sector of Nepal. Very happy with the relationship we have with the government and the private sector of Nepal, and we have a very frank dialogue with the private sector from the European Union from our side and from the Nepalese private sector. So what we have seen is a clear improvement. So of course, the business environment is the key factor enabling having more investment, be it from the European Union or others. And we see a clear political will to improve the business climate. So we have been working very closely with the relevant ministries to identify the shortfalls, and we're very happy to see that there is a project of an ordinance that takes into account the comments that we have been making. When I say we, it's the European Union with all its member states and financial institutions, but we also work in collaboration with the World Bank, with the Asian Development Bank, with all the international donor community, and there is a real consensus of the donor community on the main points for improvement. So we have addressed a letter altogether, all the international investors have addressed a letter to the Prime Minister highlighting the specific points, and we are very happy to see that there is a draft ordinance that takes into account those comments. We just very much hope that it will be passed in Parliament as soon as possible, because this would be the first step. But of course, pieces of legislation are good, but then we'll continue discussing, because what matters at the very end is that those reforms are implemented on the ground. So we will, and we're discussing, we are just trying to help in passing the messages between our businesses and all the information we can gather to the government, who really demonstrates the will to improve the business climate.
Ma'am, one more question. Nepal is going to graduate from LDC in 26. What are the priority sectors of EU to support and investment in Nepal?
Well, we are supporting, so we start building on the previous question. So we start working with the government to improve the business climate, which is very important. We also work on trade facilitation. I was mentioning that I had the opportunity to visit Pashmina program yesterday, where we have been working with the Association of Producers to develop an export strategy. We can help also on trade facilitation. There will be a change in the trade relationship between Nepal and the European Union the day it graduates. So we are helping Nepal meet the conditions to join a new commercial trade scheme, which we call GSP+. So we're working with essentially technical assistance, and then working more grassroots to support the development of sustainable value chains that will allow more exports while giving benefits to the local producers. So we have a very multi-sector.